All right, everybody, welcome back to Hunter Proof Whitetails. This is the first episode of the Fresh Crack Fridays with the new streaming software, new mics, new camera angles, the whole shebang.
And the
for
new
you folks.
year.
And the new year.
The most important part.
Well, I mean, we did do the one on, what was it, Christmas Eve, right? The special.
Yeah, but this is the first one at the bar.
The first one that's the actual new one of the year.
First Fresh Crack 2024 down at the bar. New setup, new streaming service.
Double Fresh Crack.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a Craig barrel proof.
Yep.
And then we have a Remus. I just said to Ben, I don't know anything about the Remus.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the Remus?
So I'm going to do this because it's, this is live takes, we don't play around. From the apothecary to kingpin, George Remus created one of the most intricate, successful bootlegging operations of Prohibition. Each single barrel holding its unique flavor secrets. The George Remus bourbon captures the rebellious flavors of Prohibition era, perfect for the speakeasy or liquor cabinet. Distilled by the George Remus Distilling Company, Lynchburg, Indiana.
So is this?
I think it's MGP.
Okay, that's what I was just going to ask. Is it MGP?
I think it's their brand that they're branching off with is the Remus stuff. We also got offered, which it's in the case right now, K&M, the Gatsby Reserve, which is their super high-end one.
Super hard to find.
But it's out of the budget line for us. Unless you guys, we're going to give you a shameless plug here, subscribe to the channel.
Nice.
And help us get monetized and maybe help us find some harder to find bottles in this upcoming season. So
and that are kind of out of reach, in the dollar range there.
Yeah. Help us make this not a net for loss operation completely.
The next one is the Craig barrel proof. This is 121 proof. You didn't tell us what the Remus is.
Oh, sorry. The Remus is.
He's knocking off the chair.
Yeah, this is live. 114.
Okay.
0.2.
So we're trying to get ones that are
barrel.
closer in proof.
Yep.
I think last year we had some discrepancies in proof doing it. Being a little bit more conscious of that.
And when we fight our battles at the end of the year, we're going to pick each other's matchups for each other and also pick our own bottles for the end of the year.
Right. So it'll be a little bit different.
So, and I have a way to keep track of that going forward too.
Nice.
That we'll talk about at the end of this video. So keep staying tuned for this. But let's hear about this, Craig.
So barrel proof, 121 proof. This is batch number B522. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I really like the barrel proof Craig. So Remus, I've never had, didn't know anything about it. I'm expecting it to be good.
Yep. So I had the B batch and the C batch from 2022.
And the C batch, I think I had.
It was in the best bottles of the year,
and that was excellent. So it was the other one we opened.
The 22, the
yes.
C922 made it into our best bourbons of the year. So we're gonna try the 5 batch. It's been sitting in there, and we needed something to go against this Remus single barrel that's getting up there in proof.
Yeah.
So
Here we
figured we'd do it, but yeah, man. So
you're gonna crack them?
I'll crack the Remus.
Okay.
You know how we do this. We do this live. We do this single take. Try to keep them to 30 minutes or so. Should be pretty easy with 2 of these, except for this one's going to give me fits.
I got the easy one.
It's got a little tap. Oh, and I ripped the tap.
Ah, snap.
Well, I guess Keith's going to be cracking his first.
That's okay.
That's all good. So
we're just doing kind of little pours because we're just going to shoot a couple of these.
Little 3/4 ounces.
All right, you ready?
Which is plenty for a tasting, dude.
Quiet on the set. First of 24 here. Oh, solid.
Nice deep.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Nice deep cork pop.
I'm going to give it an 8. So how are we doing this? I'm just going to pour for you?
Yeah, whatever one you want to put that one in, and then I'll pour yours. And then just remember what your A glass and your B glass is for the other person. But do you want to pop this one too at the same time? Pop them both?
Yeah, why not?
Give you a little Remus pop. A little quiet on the set. Here we go.
Yep.
Not as good as the Craig.
Little deeper.
Not as good as the Craig.
A little deeper on that.
Yep. Nice corks though.
Both yeah, real corks. So kudos to that.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of the real corks. I don't like the synthetic stuff.
Do you want to pour first for me then?
Sure.
I'll just turn around. We'll just do the turnaround. Sorry to save you guys some time in this.
And I'm going to write it down so I don't forget.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're going to the top line in the little one, right?
Top line in the little end. Yep.
Yep.
You got it.
And we got some towel to write this down.
But yeah, dude, we got some cool stuff to crack this year. We got some cool stuff to taste against it. Some of the stuff I was a little overzealous on cracking.
Ben got a little wild cracking bottles.
Yeah, popping bottles at the end of December and January. Stuff
He's
that-
texting me. He's like, "Man, I'm cracking bottles. We got to shoot some episodes."
Yeah, there was a couple things, but there's also a couple cool things that I was able to pick up too and do some trades. So that's stuff I'm looking forward to as well.
Sorry, I'm going slow, guys.
Take your time, make sure it's right. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Alrighty.
There you are, sir.
Or which is which?
I
Wrote 'em
think
down.
so. I think I wrote it down.
You
Pretty
even
sure.
wiped it out for me.
Well, yeah. Wipe the last one out. I didn't. Come on. I left that for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Got to leave something to you.
So
I'm ready.
drop a comment, folks, down below. Let us know what you think of these bottles if you've had either of them. I'm going to be running as producer and everything else for this show tonight. Make sure Keith's glasses are actually what I think they is. That would help. Make sure that the actual letters. We'll know in post, and we could always tell you guys. But Keith's over there picking out bottles for next week's episode.
I got to think ahead on this.
I know you do. Of course you do.
You got a baby bullet. Oh, that's a rye. You got the Christmas smoke wagon?
Christmas edition smoke wagon, which K&M still has a case of those. If anybody's interested in a Christmas smoke wagon. So, good, Keith.
I'm coming back.
Whenever you want to come back. So,
Back and I'm better than ever.
got the good old Buffalo water.
You got to have buffalo water, right?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Anyway, and I kept your A's and your B's together for you.
I didn't. I messed with you.
That's fine. I don't care as long as you know what they are. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna write a glass in the bourbon name with a parenthesis.
See, I put it in other notes sometimes.
I think I like that. We'll run the A and the B. So we're probably only gonna be doing 2 in our fights, whether we do this or that, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna play with it so in my head as we get going forward with this. So
You make up the rules, so you can do what you want.
I do. It's
You know?
it's our channel for the show. So
Well, it's kind of fun too to see what works. Not only what works for us, but what people
what
like.
people
and
like at home. So
what makes it easy, what makes it quicker.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna go left to right. I'm gonna start with my A glass,
okay.
and of course we're always gonna
I'm
smell
trying
it
A.
first, and then move on to the taste.
Oh, dude, that's nice.
I said to Ben before we started, my sniffers broke. I've been so stuffy today.
Dude, that is nice. That's like a deep,
This my
nice wood.
my A glass is like a really traditional bourbon smell, but it
Right.
does. I do get some sweetness, but I do get a little bit of oakiness.
And again, these are barrel proofs, so I'm assuming they're both going to be, kind of oaky.
Yeah.
I don't know how old. Well, the Craig, we know how old it is. The Craig is, actually, it doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say on that one. Kind of
Stuff
surprised.
they used to
The
say
new ones do.
12-year-old.
12
So
years.
it's at least
on the
12-year-old
Craig.
age statement on the Craig. And then the Remus is straight bourbon whiskey, so it's at least 4 years old, I
Right.
think, for that. So
So we're also using our tasting journals for this. If you guys followed us last year,
Yep.
Kind of cool. You can go with the color meter, flavor notes, flavor wheel. So it just kind of gives us a way to organize our thoughts when we're looking at these.
Mhm. So
So I'm putting on the smell just typical. That's
okay.
typical bourbon. A little, like I said, a little of that oakiness.
Yeah, I'm getting some like oaky, maybe a little bit of char with it. There's almost like a chocolatiness to it,
Okay.
like a dark chocolate, a little bit.
I'm ready to taste it. What do you think?
I am. I'm good.
Cheers.
On the A. Cheers.
Yeah. Sweet. A little bit of bite on the front end. like right away on that A glass, I get sweet. And like not like a weeder sweet like we were talking about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but like a traditional vanilla sweet.
If I'd known we were going to do a barrel proof battle, our warm up might not have been a throwback on a special reserve.
Right.
We had a sample from John from the Rochester Whiskey Enthusiast from Keith's 12 Whiskeys of Christmas. Was a 2001.
Yeah. Special reserve.
Weller Special Reserves sampler, which drank like candy. I mean, it drank like
it
nothing.
drank like an 80 proof, and it was
Or
kind of
lower.
or lower. It was kind of neat because I'd never had a Weller Special Reserve, so I didn't really know what to expect at all.
Yeah.
What I'm finding out is I'm not a really big weeder fan.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go more towards these traditional bourbons. I love that vanilla sweet, that oakiness. That's what I'm getting out of A. But it does. I will say though, it is kind of one note.
Yeah, this is real good long linger on my A glass, and there's a hug there with this one again.
Okay.
Barrel proof,
Which it should.
first barrel proof of the day.
Yep.
So yeah, it's very good though. Again, we say this with the 3/4 ounce samples. I think with our battles for the Sweet 16s and stuff like that, for a 16 bottle battle at the end of the year, I think we'll do 1.5 ounce pours.
Yeah, I think you have to.
To be able to go back and forth.
You do, because to really give them a shot, you do have to be able to get some time with it.
The hold, and we'll call that a hold instead of a linger, because I don't think linger is a good enough word. That hold is phenomenal in this A glass, dude. Like you can still taste notes of it. Like you said, not overly complex.
Yeah.
Nice bit of like kind of burnt caramel. Didn't get a lot of chocolate with it.
No, I am definitely just get that sweetness, and it hits hard at the beginning of the palate, and then it kind of as it washes through your mouth,
right?
Get a little of that oiliness, so it does stick around.
Yep.
But definitely low on the complexity level for me, which I'm kind of surprised with the higher proof.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
this one not overly complex either. But just the depth and that hold with this. Like, dude, I haven't taken a sip of water yet either, but it's still hanging right there.
Yep. I would definitely say that. For my taste, I said it has a really good finish. If I could say one thing that I don't talk about a lot is it's really well balanced. Okay. It's not like overly sweet. It's not overly spicy. I get 0 spice from my A glass.
Yeah, there was not much spice in mine either.
None. I get like that initial proof bite, just right on like the lips, and then no spice. It's like, so that balance, the finish is really well. That's a good pour. That's my A glass.
I think they both are probably going to be good.
My A glass is a solid pour.
Yeah. So this one, I think I got this one up at Bodine's. I think this was actually the first Craig that I ever bought.
Oh, really?
The first barrel proof Craig I ever bought.
Okay.
And then this one, me and my wife got at a liquor barn down in Kentucky. So, and again, being a single barrel, that might be the last one that ever got cracked. It's possible, because I think it was a selection from 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, really cool.
Okay, I'm going to glass B. Going on the nose here.
Yep, this is my B.
Now, my glass B, I'm getting a lot more.
Honey. I smell honey. Honey on that one, dude. It's like a nice honey note. Like a honeyed oat note. That's so.
I wonder if we poured the same ones. Like I said, my nose is kind of giving me trouble today, but
let me corrupt your thoughts.
I'm getting more oakiness on the nose of my glass B. I am getting the sweetness, but again, my nose is wicked stuffy today, so.
Should have shoved a couple garlic cloves.
No, you should have, or something.
I heard that clears out your sinuses.
I heard a lot of bourbon clears it out too.
Yeah, that's possible.
But yeah, so
that's like a honey oat note. Like, this smells like you're baking up some honey oats, dude. This smells nice.
Honestly,
the nose on this is really
what
nice,
I did notice too is my B glass is way darker than my A glass.
I did not notice that until you just said that.
It's
now I'm
way.
looking at it.
So part of the flavor journal or the bourbon journal here is the color meter. Yeah. It's just kind of something that a lot of people don't talk about, but we tend to enjoy ones that are darker.
Being inclusive.
All inclusive. Cheers. No proof bite for me. A little bit more spiciness, which I really like.
This is delicious. They're both very good. This one, dude.
That is like,
wow.
That's like pure. This right here, that initial taste was like amazing vanilla bean coffee to me.
Okay, cool.
Like,
I like your notes. I like your notes you're picking up.
I really like French vanilla coffee, and that like initial hit of vanilla when I take a sip of French vanilla coffee. That's what I get with this.
I don't think.
Not necessarily the coffee,
Mhm.
but that really rich vanilla flavor.
That underlying vanilla note.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, dude, that's
What I'm getting more spice out of this one too.
okay.
On the finish, it's not right there in the, but like as it finishes, I'm getting more of that spice.
Mm-hmm.
Balance for me is a freaking 10. Finish, that's really good.
These are two really good pours. I think if you went with either one of these, you're not going to miss. And we say that with the Craigs, dude. The Craigs are not missers.
No.
And where you really start to measure them is blinded out, like we're doing with these, obviously. Yeah, dude, it's just.
I like the finish on this one more. I'm getting a lot more complexity on my B glass.
This is like syrupy, oily, nice mouth coating.
It's there, man.
Deliciousness on this B glass. I'm gonna go back to the A though. I think the B is gonna be my clear cut winner. Yeah, I'm still getting that oaky char on this A glass on the nose, and maybe that little bit of caramel I was getting with that chocolate, but I didn't get any of the chocolate on the palate.
My clear cut winner's B. It has a lot more depth of flavor. Again, that A is just a little too one note for me for what I want in this proof range. I don't know which one's which, honestly, because I haven't had a lot of the barrel proof Craigs. I've had 3.
2 or 3, maybe. Yeah.
The C923, the one that was in our battle last year. I think we opened that other bottle too.
The toasted.
The toasted we opened.
Toasted was open.
But yeah, clear cut winner for me.
And I have a private barrel from Ryan's here too, which actually that could probably go live back over on the shelf.
Yep.
I almost cracked it. You saw how close I came to cracking that?
He did. The perforation has started down the top. I was at Ryan's the other day and I almost bought Ben a private barrel Craig. And I was looking at it and I'm like, oh, that's like over. I'm like, I don't know. And then he called me on the way home and he's like, yeah, I just picked it up an hour ago.
It's only like $3 more than a normal small batch Craig.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with that.
No.
The A, dude, it's really good. We were a little warmer today than teens and single digits. Maybe teens and single digits. This one, the darker flavored one.
Yeah.
Might be more in my hit. I don't think either one of these are missers. I think they're both solidly seated as 8s. Easily.
Oh yeah, easy.
Easy 8s. Great sipping.
I say that I take that back. My B, I would put it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
My A, I'd probably put it a 7, 7.5 ish. And the only reason it just doesn't have that complexity. When I do these back to back, I thoroughly enjoy B more than A. So for today,
dude, this honey oat note on the nose of this B glass for me, is like heaven. Like this is delicious smelling and tasting.
On B, on the finish, I get a little bit of dark chocolate on the finish.
Dude, this does not drink anywhere close to 115.
Right. No, I don't think either one of them
This one is super crisp and just refreshing.
Your B?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's how I felt with my A. My A drinks lower. I would say this is like 105, 107 to me. And I think A is a lot sweeter on the nose to me.
So here's my rankings, and we'll have Keith reveal them in real time. I wrote them in so Keith can't say, or nobody can say that I am, being untruthful with these. So my A glass is my second place, but I'm going to give it an 8.2.
8.2 at second place.
Mm-hmm. And what is my A glass?
Craig.
The Craig?
Yep.
So
That's
a little bit darker, a little bit oakier, might be a little bit older.
Yep.
A little bit proofier maybe. Mm-hmm. But that Remus, dude,
you like that, huh?
Oh, dude, just crisp, that honeyness, the sweetness of it, dude, it drinks like a 90 proofer.
To you, yeah.
It drinks so freaking crisp, man.
Nice. Don't forget to write the name down like I do.
Oh, I will. I'll do that.
I'll
do that right now.
Whenever I use the tasting journal, I take all the notes, and then I get so excited about that if I got it right or not, I forget to write in the book.
Right.
So for me,
and that's what the 522. 522.
Yep. So for me, my B glass, I'm gonna give that a solid 8. My A glass, I'm gonna go with like a 7.3.
7.3.
Yep.
So 7.3 is your Remus.
Okay.
And your 8.0 is your Craig. Your 522.
Craig 522.
Yep.
So honestly, that's what I thought.
Okay. I almost did too, because that Craig profile was a little bit more familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
But just the crispness I got out of the Remus, dude, just fucking hits. That thing, if you put that in front of some people, you could kill that bottle.
Yeah.
I know you said it was one note, kind of simple.
It is, but some people like that, right?
And today I was feeling that.
So
I wasn't feeling the oakiness. This was holding today.
I was just talking to Ben before we started this that I have a C923, but I really would like to get them their barrel proof because I really like these profiles. I don't think that you can go wrong with that. Mm-hmm. I also think that we always talk about bang for your buck, right? If you can get a barrel proof Craig at MSRP around $75, they're usually over 10 years old.
Yeah, they're always about over 10 years
high proof,
old, I would say.
They're good flavors. You cannot go wrong, in my opinion, buying a barrel proof Craig.
For a Friday pour, special occasion pour type thing. Absolutely. I mean, and again, an oddball Monday or Tuesday or whatever too. You could pour a little bit of that up. You had a harder day, hit a little hotter on the proof. Yeah. But this thing, dude, at $60, I paid $59 for it for a single barrel, barrel proof offering. I was like, $60. I've never seen Remuses in New York.
Yeah.
The Remus single barrels.
Right.
I'll say.
Right.
We did the Remus at K&M. Their basic offering.
That people really liked.
That was a very good hit there at K&M.
And that was like 90 proof?
Yep. That was at 90 proof.
Yeah, and everyone liked that. So, and I honestly liked it. It was good.
Right. And again, couple things. We'll reiterate these in upcoming episodes. So if you guys are watching this, obviously it is January 26th. Is that the right date? 27th or 26th. Yep, 26th. Sorry.
You got a thinking box right in front of you.
I know, but it wasn't loading. So January 26th. So if you guys are watching this next Friday,
okay,
we are going to be at K&M the first Friday of every month for a live Fresh Crack.
Okay. Cool.
So that's the plan going forward. That way there's no confusion and people like, well, when are you guys coming to K&M next? It's like, right. So we sat down. Well, I sat down with Barb and Nick and those and Mark. And we just decided every first Friday, weather dependent and obviously other thing dependent. And we'll keep folks posted and they'll post up stuff too. We're going to be doing our Fresh Cracks live from the thing. So we've been talking to the rep from Old Forester about maybe doing a potential pick from Brown Foreman, I guess, as a whole for K&M's first pick, which would be really cool. And then there's a couple other stuff that's been thrown around out there too for upcoming things. But if you were tuning into the show live or before the 2nd of February, we're going to be at K&M that Friday, which you'll be able to see our live episode next week see our episode next week and then also come to our live tasting next week.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Cool though. I mean, that's going to be fun. It gives it some regularity, so people know when we're going. Will and Josh will know when we're going to be there every month.
They know when to save their pennies for that first payday of the month. You got it. And then the other thing that we're doing coming up is the Valentine's Day Sip and Stroll. in Phelps that we did last year. Nate was there doing the tasting with me last year,
Okay.
and that is February 17th.
Okay. Cool.
Tickets are still available through Phelps BDTC. You can find them on Facebook. So
I'll have to check that out because I've never done that before.
we'll be right there at the sign-in area at the BDTC storefront there, right on Main Street.
Nice.
Last year we did the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, the Jim Beam Extra Aged Black, and Benchmark Old number 8.
Nice.
I was gonna say number 7, but that's Jack Daniels. So,
yeah,
so that's a whole bunch of
Cool.
stuff for you guys.
that's a lot. Yeah.
And after this episode finishes up, we're gonna put our scores on the back of these bottles.
That's a good
physically
idea.
with the sticker maker.
Cool.
Just because my brain labels, I don't want to be flipping through stuff. I want to say at the end of the year, Keith gave this an 8. I gave it an 8 too. You know, so we can look back at these and be
Yeah.
like, "What'd you give it?" You know,
Sure.
when we had these.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Good stuff.
if there's anything you guys think make these episodes better, or other stuff you might want to see, bottles, etc.,
Mhm.
let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, we always like to hear it.
Drop them right in.
Sure.
So
Cool.
anything else, Keith? I know I just got rambling there.
No, I'm pretty sure that you covered everything.
I tried.
You tried hard.
I try really hard, guys,
That's
and
all you
just
have
drink
to do.
and just drink bourbon
And enjoy.
and enjoy.
Thanks for
whatever
joining
you
us.
are, whatever you're enjoying. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel. Put the little blurb up there.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yep. So click the little subscribe button and the little bell notification to get all the notifications when we are dropping new episodes or our live,
Mhm.
or our podcast that we're going to be doing every Wednesday, like normal habitat and hunting videos as well. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next time, wherever we're filming from, really.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be at the bar.
So thanks guys.